Coincidentally, this weekend in the puzzle section of the newspaper was a puzzle that's called Cipher, where you have to puzzle out the letters and it makes up a saying from some famous person. And this week's saying was by Joan Baez, who's one of our most famous causticum examples in the public arena. And the saying goes like this: the easiest kind of relationship for me is with 10,000 people. The hardest is with one. And as we'll see, that's very characteristic for the causticum patient. The name causticum has to do with the hydroxide element. That's hydroxide is what is basic, the opposite of acid. In the world of chemistry, we have bases and acids. Anything that's caustic is considered a base. So causticum is sort of a misnomer. It should actually be called kalium causticum, potassium causticum. We do have a few other very poorly proved and very poorly understood types of causticum. We have ammonium causticum, and we have calcarea caustica, and those are the only ones that are used in homeopathy so far. So when we think of all of the usual anions which come in our homeopathic mineral remedies, like natrum muriaticum, we have the muriaticum. So we have natrum muriaticum, we have ammonium muriaticum, we have baritum muriatica, we have magnesium muriatica, we have calcareum muriatica. All of the possible combinations of muriatic are in existence and are used in homeopathy. But with the caustics, only these three are used, and only Kali causticum, or what we call causticum, has had any significant usage in homeopathy whatsoever. When we say something is caustic, we mean that it can create a chemical burn. And in fact, the word caustic comes from the Greek word kao, which means to burn. Interesting that in order to make this substance, Hahnemann burned both the marble and the potassium sulfate before he combined them into solution in order to make the remedy. So there's a lot to do with burning in this remedy. And even more interesting is that causticum is one of our finest remedies for very serious burns. In treating patients with especially third-degree burns, causticum is considered our remedy, our most specific remedy. So let's keep that idea of something that's really been burned as we think about the nature of the patient that needs causticum. As you remember from our last hour's lecture on calibromatum, the main theme for all of the remedies made from potassium, all of the Kali remedies, has to do with the family. The family or the group. Dependence on the family is dependent on him, danger for the family feeling threatened, being suppressed or oppressed by the family. All these are the constant themes of all of the Kali remedies. Our understanding of causticum, our deep understanding of causticum, comes from two of the greatest thinkers alive today in homeopathy. One is George Vifulcus and the other is Rajan Sankaran. Before these two men, we had basically a dry compilation of symptoms, but no underlying focus to understand the personality of the causticum patient. Now, the way that Vifulcus describes the causticum state is with this sentence: gradual paralysis following a period of overreactivity in a patient with tremendous sympathy, which leads to strong feelings of intolerance for justice and eventually revolutionary activity and anarchism. That's the image that Vifulcus gives to us. Sankaran puts it in a different way. He says that Caust has the feeling that the family is under threat, and it is my duty, the duty of the Caust patient, to defend the family.
The main thing about the carcinosum is things are very complex. Things are complex. And if the person is straightforward, simple, regular kind of life, the chances that they need this remedy are pretty small. And the reason, in a way, I say this, is that this is a multi-miasmatic remedy. So it's all three forces, syphilis, psora, psychosis, and they're all pulling at each other. So these people are subject to a lot of divergent tendencies. And someone who's subject to a lot of divergent tendencies is complex. So the psychosis, you see there's the idea of excess, passion, sexual energy, outward flow, expressive, emotional. The syphilitic, there's order, there's fastidiousness, there's need for control. The psoric, there's all sorts of fears, weaknesses, sensitivities. And you can take a little bit of an analogy. So they're keynotes. Away from this realm, from that realm, from this realm. It's a little bit like Senicula. So Senicula is water from the Lake Sanicle in Ottawa, and it has concentrations of different elements. Natrum muriaticum, borax, silica, calcarea, and so Senicula has keynotes of many different remedies. It's like nature's combination remedy. And you'll see a little bit carcinosum is in this genre. So speaking in general, yes, these are complex, deeply disturbed individuals with a poor inheritance and a very difficult family situation. This is not absolute, but at the same time, it should really raise a flag if life is simple and you want to give someone carcinosum, or if the family was just great. Mothers living till 80, fathers 95, healthy, loving, beautiful family. It's really a question. I'm not saying you can't do it. So there are four main tendencies. Yes, four main kind of, I would say the essence of the remedy is constructed of these bones. Emotional, passionate individuals with strong desires. Two, fastidious with a strong need for order and control. Three, fastidious, order, control. And so which already is tremendous tension between emotional, passionate, strong desires and fastidious, order, control. These two things do not go well together. Restless, discontent, desire to travel. And four, sympathetic. very sympathetic, emotional, passionate individuals with strong desires. So what you see usually is in childhood, in their formative years, there's tremendous obstacles. They're sick a lot, they have chronic illness, the family is totally broken up, it's chaotic, the parents are abusive, and at the same time, this person, when they come to see you, is successful in life, they're engaged, they're functioning, they're doing well, and you see that they have a tremendous vitality and intensity, and despite what you would think as almost sort of impossible conditions, they've sort of pushed through that and are operating and functioning. They've done many things and they've done them well.